Ordinarily, personal life photos don't go viral unless you're a well-known celebrity or have garnered a significant following on social media. Yet, this common expectation was defied by a mother who shared her vacation photos from Canada on social media. At first glance, the pictures were just typical vacation snapshots, a couple of friends striking a pose against the scenic backdrop of a valley captured at the trail's summit. It was only upon a closer examination that the woman noticed something unexpected lurking in the background of the photos. The woman and her friend had gone to Dundas Peak, a popular hiking spot in Hamilton, Canada. The park, located in the greater region of Ontario, overlooks colorful trees and hillsides, especially in autumn. Not only does the park offer rocks for the daring to sit on for a breathtaking view, but it also features Twos Falls waterfall. Given the incredible views you can capture at this park, it's no surprise that thousands visit it each year. The cliff-hanging rocks provide a place to capture incredible photographs over a sea of colorful trees. The thrill of sitting on the edge of a cliff is an attractive quality of the park to some. The mystery of the photograph all started when a woman named Kim decided to visit the park with her friend. She felt she needed a break from her everyday life as a mom to do something adventurous. Kim and her friend chose the park for its sweeping views and daring reputation. Upon arriving, they noticed other hikers also taking photographs. They decided to take turns snapping photos of one another so that one could play photographer while the other posed. Kim and her friend agreed that they would try to recreate the photo that had initially inspired them to go on the hike. The friend's cousin had posed on the edge of the peak while his friend took the photo from the side. Unlike the popular pose where the model looked straight ahead, the angle they were aiming for would show their faces. They hoped to find someone who would take a picture of them both. The women took turns so that one took the photo while the other posed. First up was Kim's friend, who headed up to sit on the rock the same way her cousin had. As she adjusted to find a comfortable position, she noticed something glimmering below. She looked around to try to find what had caught her eye, then discovered that the item was dangling from a branch. She reached down to grab it. The branch that the keys hung from was only 3 feet below, but the stakes were much higher when hanging over a cliff. Kim joined her friend to see what was happening. They knew that they could save someone a lot of trouble if they reached out for the keys, so Kim swung her arm out to grab them while her friend kept her stable. Thankfully, they snagged the keys without any issue. After retrieving the keys, the friends continued with their photo shoot. They eventually found someone to take a picture of them together. As they headed back to the car, they couldn't stop thinking about who the owner of the keys might be. Dusk was approaching, and the hiking trail started to feel less welcoming. They hurried back to the nearly empty parking lot, hoping to find the car the missing keys belonged to. Upon returning to the parking lot as the sun set beyond the trees, they could easily discern which vehicle the keys belonged to, as nearly all the cars were gone. Although the car was still there, the owner was nowhere in sight. Not wanting to stay out in the cold as the sky grew darker, they decided to leave the keys on top of the car on the driver's side. Were the keys even to that vehicle? Could someone still be out there looking for them, or was there a more complicated answer? A week later, the women discovered who the owner of the car was after it appeared on the news. Apparently, someone had gone missing from the park, and the authorities had recovered the car. It remained a mystery what had happened to the individual. One day, Kim logged onto her social media and discovered that her friend's cousin's photograph had gone viral due to a post on social media. The user had noticed something in the photograph that would immediately make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. As soon as news spread about what was hiding in the back of this photograph, the post went viral. Everyone was trying to figure out what it could be. At first glance, the image captured at Dundas Peak, which showed the cousin, seemed perfectly normal. After all, it was this image that had convinced Kim and her friend to go to the hiking trail in the first place. The cousin stands out in all black attire, contrasting with the mostly thin and barren trees. A quick scan of the photo wasn't enough for Kim or her friend to notice anything unusual, but then they looked closer. They zoomed into the photo as far as they could without reducing the quality so much that they couldn't make anything out. Once the image was closer up, they could see what had made the photo go viral. In the middle of the image appeared to be a figure in a white top and dark bottoms standing on the cliffside. This discovery shook Kim and her friend because they were sure there was no safe way to access that area. Could this person also be the owner of the lost keys? The first thing that Kim and her friend thought to do was to look back at their photographs. If it was a trick of light or something on the rock, they assumed it would probably show up in their pictures too. Oddly enough, the figure was not in any of their pictures. This was especially odd since the women had made sure to recreate the cousin's photo by posing at the same spot and getting the right angle. Kim and her friend tried to remain rational about the series of events, yet they couldn't help but feel a little uneasy about it. After all, they discovered that a woman had gone missing from the park. As they began to think about the series of events, they started to wonder if the figure could be the woman who had gone missing. Since Kim and her friend couldn't figure out the mystery, they decided to turn to social media for help. Kim made a post that explained the entire story, starting with their idea to recreate the cousin's photo. She then explained what appeared to be in the photograph and stated that she was sure there was no way to access that part of the cliff. Kim figured that she needed more information to piece the mystery together. Between her friend, and her friend's cousin, they didn't have much material to go on. It was still possible that what was in the photo wasn't a person at all. To feel more reassured, Kim wanted to look at more photos to see if any others had a similar effect. She decided to add to the end of her social media post a request for her followers. Kim put out a request to her social media followers, urging them to share any photographs they had taken at the same spot, with the hope that they would further circulate her post to garner more images. Given the viral nature of the original photo, she felt optimistic about the level of interest and anticipated a significant number of contributions to her growing collection of pictures. After publishing her request, Kim eagerly awaited the community's input. Soon enough, people began to offer their speculations on the mysterious figure in the photo. Theories ranged widely. Some speculated it was the apparition of a hiker who had previously gone missing, while others suggested more mundane explanations like a camera glitch or a trick of the light. The fervent quest for answers reached a provisional conclusion when a user on social media stepped forward, claiming to be the person in the photo. According to them, they were present at Dundas Peak on the same day, donning a light gray sweater and dark jeans. This revelation seemed to dampen the excitement, suggesting the mystery might have been nothing more than an overblown hype. However, doubts lingered about the truthfulness of this claim, leaving room for ongoing speculation and intrigue. The full truth might remain elusive, but the mystery itself continued to captivate the imagination. What do you think? What could be that shape? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you.